now more than ever. We're short of workers. We have a population that is not reproducing it on its own with the same level that it used to. The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here.
I am telling you that we are a land of immigrants. It is time to do immigration right. It is time to make sure that we live up to the promise of this country. The idea that someone ran and said that I will get rid of the bad guys, yet we know more than 50% of the people that are currently being detained in custody have no criminal records at all. Zero, nada. So tell me why you are taking those people out of their communities. They are our neighbors. They are our friends. And frankly, they contribute to the fabric of this country. They are what make this country great, not your thuggish ICE agents who literally are spitting on our Constitution, as well as everything that we think patriotism ought to be.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. So we're going to watch this absolutely epic speech from Wesley Hunt, where he's going to talk about illegal immigrants voting and influencing elections in America today. So let's not waste any time and get straight into the video. But before we do, guys, hit the like button down below. It really helps the channel out. Let's get into it.
To elucidate the American people on the census manipulation that Democrats have been using to influence American elections for years. In 2018, Republican leadership, including the president himself, called for a citizenship question to be included in the 2020 census reports. To no one's surprise, when the Democrats took control, these requests went unanswered, and the question of citizenship was waived. But the fact remains that the concept of sanctuary cities and radical blue states ignoring immigration law and using the illegal population to manipulate the lines of congressional districts is in fact unconstitutional. Not only are there severe constitutional concerns from the inclusion of illegal immigrants, but the Census Bureau admitted to having made several, quote, errors in their 2020 census report.
Wow.
Convenient, seeing that as in 2020, Donald Trump was on top of the ticket. In 2020, the Bureau undercounted in primarily deep red states such as Arkansas, Florida, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Texas, all red, while overcounting in radical left blue states like Delaware, Hawaii, Massachusetts, Minnesota, New York, Ohio, and Rhode Island. This egregious error led to many states being denied proper representation in Congress and the Electoral College. So much so that these errors cost Republicans not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but 6 seats in the House.
Wow.
In addition to the 2020 miscounting, including illegal immigrants in the census has improperly granted radical left blue states 12 additional seats in the United States House of Representatives. It's a total of 18 seats gained. That is a huge problem,
wow.
And those are the facts.
Wow.
Mr. Mayfield, thank you so much for being here, sir. I have a question for you, if you don't mind. You, sir, are a seasoned litigator who has practiced in matters ranging from complex commercial litigation to constitutional and administrative law. In your expert opinion, and I want you to really speak about this in long form because I want this recorded, should illegal aliens be included in the apportionment process under the 14th Amendment?
The Supreme Court has never directly addressed that, Congressman. For apportionment purposes, as Congress has interpreted it, the Supreme Court has held that it currently applies to all people, regardless of citizenship. There is certainly an open question as to whether or not, if Congress were to direct the Census Bureau to do it differently, as to whether or not that would be legal.
Wow.
Okay, so in regards to thinking more of a high level, in terms of being a citizen and what it means to be a citizen in this country, and I do believe that being a citizen in this country means that you have the right to choose the leadership if you're a tax-paying legal citizen in this country. If you are an illegal person in this country, should you, under any circumstances, be allowed to vote and choose leadership in this country?
No.
That wouldn't be an expert opinion. As a citizen, I would object to that.
And what about you, Ms. Rodriguez?
I also object to that.
Mr. Miller?
Correct. Citizens should not be, illegal aliens should not be voting.
And that applies to you also, Mr. Young. I'd love to hear your response to this question.
Non-citizens are not allowed to participate in federal elections.
Okay. Are they participating in federal elections?
The studies have shown that there are very few instances which they have.
Wow.
So that number needs to be 0. And as somebody who is a proud Texan, we and in Florida have done our best to get that number to 0. And in spite of the fact that I just voted a couple of weeks ago, and we voted with paper ballots that we had to show an ID for, that they didn't verify my address and where I lived. And then I had to put said piece of paper through a machine, copied it. They gave me another copy, and then they gave me my very proud I voted sticker. And even with those stringent rules, with my daughter who is 7 years old was actually with me, she too got an I voted sticker. And guess what? With those stringent laws, we still have illegals voting in federal elections. So the question is not even about what's happening in Texas. If it's happening in Texas, you have to imagine that while it may seem like a minuscule amount to you, sir, that number needs to be 0. And if it's happening in Texas with those stringent rules, imagine what's happening in other blue states that don't have anything that closely resembles that level of redundancy to ensure that the person that voted in that election is in fact a citizen that has an address and has an ID. And with that, I'll yield back the remainder of my time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so there you have it. That was absolutely incredible. I love when him and Byron Donalds are speaking. They're always 100% on point. But you noticed how the last guy did not want to answer the question directly. Everybody else answered the question directly except him. He gave the political answer essentially. But here's the thing. If it is, sure, if it's a federal law that illegal immigrants don't vote in elections, of course, right? But we know that they have an impact and an influence in elections, because if they're counted in the census, and if the census is how seats are assigned in Congress, then they 100% have an impact on elections. And that's, in my opinion, why I think these cities like California or states like California or states like New York want illegal immigration so bad is to keep their power. Because one of the things that don't make any sense to me is that how is it that these states are losing people and those people are going to red states like Texas and Florida, but for some reason the number of seats in Congress don't change? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. The only way that that's possible is because they're balancing out the people that they're losing with the illegal immigrants. I believe that 100% wholeheartedly. They all have said they want to give these illegal immigrants amnesty. They want to give them citizenship no matter how they came into this country, which is absolutely insane. But they benefit from that, right? They can say and campaign to them and say, hey, we're the Democrats. We let you into this country. We gave you citizenship. Vote for us, and we'll give you free housing. We'll give you jobs. We'll give you Medicare and health care. Insane. That's literally how they're getting the next voter base, in my opinion. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about this video in the comment section. Leave your opinions down below. And of course, if you're brand new, consider subscribing. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.